we're going to play a little game called The Masked Swindler. This person blamed accounting errors that misrepresented her net worth by nearly $30 million. Wow. Had a winery that was supposedly worth $5 million just 2 years ago, but then it dissolved into thin air, then refused to provide documents on her links to a Minnesota program that defrauded $250 million from taxpayers. If you watched the show yesterday, I think you know who we're talking about. The list actually does go on and on, but I'll give you a second. Take a guess at who we're talking about.
Ilhan Omar. You ever hear of her? She comes here from Somalia, and she tells us how to run the United States of America. She says, the Constitution gives me certain rights, and I demand that I be given these rights. Get the hell out, what a phony.
All right, well, collect your winnings. If you guessed Minnesota's Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Yesterday, that's why you should watch our show, we told you how Democrats in Minnesota bailed Ilhan Omar out, voting against having her subpoenaed for refusing to provide the documents on her ties to the ringleader of the Minnesota Somali fraud scandal. But House Republicans are not letting her off that easily.
Are you still going to push a vote to expel Ilhan Omar?
Well, we're talking about it. We're waiting to get the data on the brother marriage thing, which I think is coming. And I think once it's revealed and the documents
brother marriage thing,
come out
that's where we are.
Your brother, I think we'll be able to.
That's where we are as a country right now. We've got a member of Congress born in Somalia, in Mogadishu, who may have married her brother to get him into the country.
That, on the left, was Florida Congressman Randy Fine. The guy on the right, Kirsten, was the only Republican left in Maryland. Andy Harris, Democrats still want him out. But Randy Fine was saying that House Republicans are actually moving to expel Ilhan Omar from Congress, and he has also introduced a bill to ban dual citizens from serving in Congress. Although Omar herself is not technically a dual citizen, this total freak show, Dan Bilzerian, who's running as a fake Republican against Randy Fine, is a dual citizen of America and of Armenia. So, Alex, okay, so they want to ban dual citizens. I think there are two tracks going on here, right? There's the expelling Ilhan Omar thing, and there's also the banning dual citizens thing.
Yeah, I think that those are...
Take them both on.
I'm interested in both. I actually had a dinner conversation about the dual citizenship.
The Alex Sawyer dinner table conversation.
So first I'll talk about Omar. I am not going to hold my breath to see what House Republicans do. Do I think that they should go forward? I think there's a lot of questionable activity surrounding Ilhan Omar. We talked yesterday about possibly why she's avoiding the subpoena is maybe some legal counsel not to say anything, given that she's under investigation. So we shall see there. The next part of your topic here, which I think is so incredibly interesting, was what to do with dual citizenship and then serving in Congress. Who can you really pledge loyalty to if you are a dual citizen? I think that's a question. My dinner last night involved talking about people from China, and they don't recognize dual citizenship. So why would we do the same here? It also then kind of breathes a new life into the whole birthright citizenship argument, which we're, of course, waiting for the Supreme Court to make a ruling on by the end of June.
Yeah, one of the things that I was wondering about on yesterday's show was why Democrats are so willing to go to the mat for Ilhan Omar. And Kirsten, we saw this happen in Minnesota with the state legislative Democrats there voting against transparency, voting against requiring her to comply with their subpoena. I mean, do you think that it is a wise move for them to keep circling the wagons around this woman?
I think so. I think if Ilhan Omar committed fraud, she should be expelled from Congress. I think not only has she committed fraud, but she has ties to all kinds of fraudulent networks in Minnesota. It happened under Governor Tim Walz's nose. For years it went on, billions in fraud. This is just something that I know J.D. Vance, President Trump has installed him on the fraud task force, for example. This is something we need to get to the bottom of because it is unbelievable how the taxpayer has been ripped off by these fraudsters for years.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.